atWork Australia would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands and pay our respects to elders past and present. This podcast is being recorded in the southwest and Western Australia, which is land of the Noongar people. We'd also like to pay our respects and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands from wherever you may be listening from. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Candid Conversations with Shaun. In this episode, we speak to atWork Australia Client Bassam. He speaks about his experience with atWork Australia and how he and his family have migrated from Iraq to Australia. He touches on what it was like living in Baghdad in a war-torn country during the war, and how he and his family fled from Baghdad to Turkey and finally found a home in Australia. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for taking the time to come in this morning and have a chat with me.
That's okay.
So when did you first come to atWork Australia and start working with Rosie?
Nearly 2 months or 3 months.
And how has that been for you so far?
Yeah, good, very good, very good. It's very, very good. They help us, and they told me like what you do.
And you said you come to Australia in 1992?
92, yeah.
Yeah. And where did you come from?
From Iraq.
All right. And what made you migrate to Australia?
We came to Australia because the wars and this thing in Iraq. We left Iraq and we came here.
Okay. And I hope you don't mind me asking, but whereabouts in Iraq were you? Were you right in the war zone?
I was in Baghdad.
In Baghdad. Can you explain to us a bit more what it was like during that time there?
It was war between Iraq and America. Because the Kuwait country, it was war and this, and we left.
You left. Were you working at the time?
No, I was in the army.
You were in the army?
Yeah, we was, yes.
And how long were you in the army for?
From 85 till 91, and then I left.
You and your family just decided to pack up one day and move to Australia?
Yeah, man, enough. Need the freedom, need the relax.
And what was that process like? I'm sure it can't just be easy just to decide to pick up and move to another country. So what type of process did you have to go through there?
We escaped actually from North Iraq to Turkey in 91.
You say you escaped?
I was married like with my wife and my boy, like Joseph, with me, 1 years old. And then we escaped to Turkey. And then from Turkey, we stayed there maybe, 1 year and a half. And then the Australian embassy, they did interview with us as a refugee. And then we came here.
That must have been a very scary time for you and your family.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How did you actually get from Baghdad to Turkey? Did you drive, fly?
We went to North Iraq, and from North Iraq, we escaped to Turkey.
Yep. And was the Iraqi army trying to stop citizens from escaping?
Yes, of course. If they catch us, they're going to put us in the jail. But lucky, nobody saw us, and then we escaped.
And when you're trying to escape, do you try and go, like you see in the movies, in the darkness of the night?
It's night. Night should be night. When you escape from country to country, it should be at night. At night, no one see you.
Yeah, right. That must have been horrifying. And so, what did you do for that year and a half while you were living in Turkey?
I used to work like in the laundry, like iron and cloth.
And then you had a meeting with the Australian embassy, and you were able to migrate to Australia.
Yeah, they've got like something in Turkey. It's named Caritas. And then we went there. We put our name, and then they support us from here, from Australia. Somebody like support.
So what was it like when you first arrived into Australia, fresh into the country? Did you have any guidance of how to find a place to live or how to start finding work? What was that experience like?
First day, they took us to a hostel in Springville, and we stayed there maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And they done all the paperwork, like for the Centrelink, for the banks, and they help us. And then I rent house in Faulkner unit, and then we live all our life normal.
And did you leave a lot of family behind in Iraq?
No, in Iraq was just my mom and my dad.
Okay. They didn't come with you?
No. After me, my brothers, they come.
And how's life been since you've made the move to Australia?
It's fantastic. Thank you, God. Every day we say, thank you, God.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it's been a positive experience. It must have been, I can't even begin to imagine what it would have been like living in that war zone.
Yeah, it was disaster there. Especially we are Christian, Catholic, and I'll be honest with you, in Iraq they not welcome the Christian, and we left. Not just me. It's too many people. They left Iraq.
And so when you arrived in Australia, did you start trying to find work straight away?
No, actually, I stayed maybe 2 years. 96, I think I worked from 96 till 2000. I then like I working.
What were you doing for work then?
I work washing dishes in the restaurant, and then they gave me chance because they saw me good. They gave me chance to do like ladder, salad, and this, and then after chef, and then from chef, I went to cabinet making.
Okay, nice, interesting.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the cabinet making?
Yes.
And what made you come to atWork Australia to get support to find employment? Did you have medical backgrounds where you
Yes.
required our assistance?
I've got my shoulder. I done operation. Now I got my knee, both knee. I can't walk too much, and if I sit too much, it's very hard to stand up. And they
What,
sent me here, and I saw Rose. Rose, she helped me. I'll be honest with you, she helped me too much, not because she did. Like she got me to like she said, Bassam, you have to do this, do this. It's better for you, and she helped me. And she found the job, and we work now 15 hours, but not lifting. No, I can't lift because it's my
and
shoulder.
how did you originally hurt your shoulder? Is this just wear and tear over the years, or was there an injury
Yeah,
that you suffered at some
yeah.
point?
No, it's like from work and lifting. You don't feel it when you're gonna be older. You're gonna feel all this thing. Like yeah.
Yeah. Do you think it might have been from your time during the army in your younger days?
Nobody knows, maybe
Yeah.
because don't forget it's 6 years in the army, and it was war between Iraq and Iran, and then we finished in 88, and then 90 we start another war with America and 30 country war.
And if you don't mind me asking, when you were in the army, did you have a choice, or were you conscripted to be in the army?
No, you have to be. No, there's no
Does
choice.
every male have to serve a certain amount of years?
Yes.
Yeah. How many years is
It's
that?
when you're gonna be 18 years old, you have to go to army. If you not study, you go army. But if you study, no, they're gonna let you study till when finish, and then you do your army.
It's a pretty good incentive to go study then, isn't it?
Yeah, but with the study, I'm not good.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
what type of roles were you doing in the army? Were you a frontline soldier, or can you tell me more about
no,
that?
just soldier. Like yeah,
Soldier. Yeah. Has that affected you mentally once you left the army?
no.
No. And can you tell me more about the work you're doing now, the job that Rosie helped you to get?
This one now, what actually I go like after the workers, I help them like with ideas how they do this, how they do that, just like as a supervisor.
So you're a supervisor, but in what industry and what type of workplace are you in?
It's joinery, like cabinet making.
Cabinet making. And are you making cabinets for new houses?
Yes, of course.
And is that your passion, or is that just what you've fallen
Yes.
into?
No. This is I've got the experience.
And what do you see for the future for yourself? Do you see yourself remaining in this job, continuing in the cabinet making?
Yeah, I'm gonna work. What we're gonna
What has
do? I
been your
can't
most
stay home.
positive experience with atWork Australia?
They're good, like they direct you to the right way, and they explain to you everything. They help you if you need anything. This is what we need, like Rose. She's always a smile. She's always friendly. She try to help you. This is the good, you feel good. You want to go. When she asks you to
Yeah.
come, I go. But if somebody not nice, you can't go. You don't want to go.
It's always the relationship with your job coach has
That's
made
it.
a
That's it.
better experience for you.
This is very important.
Yeah. And before coming to atWork Australia, were you unemployed, or what were you doing then?
Nothing. I didn't do nothing. I was like Centrelink. They gave me for 1 year, but I don't know what they call it. Like because
A
I done
1 year
my
exemption?
yeah. They said you have to stay home, and then I took another 3 months, and the end. Now I come back.
And how's finding employment changed your life?
It's good, like you see people and you speak to the people and relationships, and spend time. Sometime, it's not like
Gives
just
you
always sitting home, and
gives you a purpose, gives you a bit more meaning in life and something to
that's
do,
it.
right?
100%. Yeah.
What would you say to other people who might have barriers to employment when they're trying to get back into the workplace? What would your advice be to those people?
I reckon they should work. They should like not stopping work. Now they have to work. Now for me, I'm gonna keep going, working till to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And what would you say to employers who might have hesitation towards hiring a person with a medical barrier or some type of health concern?
I'll tell him if you like see his condition. What's this condition? Like he can't lift. Don't give him this job, to lift. Like help him. Why not?
More we can do to help one another and
That's
give
it.
people an opportunity, then you might be able to see what they're really capable of.
100%. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And what would you say to a friend about atWork Australia?
Always I say I've got some people they work with us. I tell them Work Australia is number one. Believe me, not because you guys or Rose at this, but I saw if I see something no good, I say it's not good. It's a free country here, like good, no good, no good. But Work
Yeah,
Australia
exactly.
is number one. Believe me, it's good.
Uh,
They help and they're good.
That's the main thing, and I'm glad you've had such a positive experience on your journey with atWork Australia, and you've successfully been able to return to the workplace. So I wish you all the best with your
Thank you.
future, and I hope you continue to enjoy doing what you're doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Is there
Thank you.
anything else you'd like to say about your experience with atWork Australia or your journey migrating to Australia?
I say with Work Australia, believe me, if I need something, like 2 weeks ago, maybe, no, 1 month ago, they called me, they said, come here. And I came and I said, listen, I need some voucher for petrol and this. They gave me, she gave me a boot, she gave me a pants, and she gave us advice too, like you have to do this, do that. If I have any question, I'll go and ask. She helped me.
Well, that's good to hear. Sometimes it's about building that strong rapport with the person, and that way you can develop a great relationship and be able to get the support you need. That which
Yeah,
really benefits everyone in the end, doesn't it?
100%. Yeah, yeah.
Well, thanks, Bassam, for taking the time today, come in and have a chat with me. I really appreciate it, and I
Thank you.
enjoyed learning about your journey from coming from Iraq to Australia, and I hope you're enjoying your life here now.
Thank you very much. And thank you.
Thanks everyone for tuning in for another episode. I really hope you enjoyed my conversation with Bassam. As always, to find more information about atWork Australia, please check out the links in the show notes. And if you're enjoying this podcast, please be sure to click subscribe.